Your day in Milan starts near the most famous landmark of this city. It's the largest church in Italy and the third largest one in the world. Its construction took almost 6 centuries. The interior houses more than 3,000 marble statues. Don't miss out on the chance to see the St. Bartholomew flayed, numerous sarcophagi, and a beautiful organ. The roof of the cathedral is also visited often because of its historical ambience. Take a stroll on this terrace to understand the effort it took to build this masterpiece. The terrace offers a spectacular view of the Duomo Square, Milan, and its surroundings. If the day is clear, you might even get a chance to see the Alps. This huge shopping arcade is also one of the oldest in the world. It is a great place to visit, even if you are not hunting for the latest fashion trends. Nearby is the Sforza Castle, a 15th century Renaissance castle that houses museums and even owns several pieces by Da Vinci and Michelangelo. Surrounding the Sforza Castle, Sempione Park is the biggest park in Milan, with its very own aquarium, and Torre Branca, which is an observation tower. Exit the park to see the Arch of Peace, a 25-meter-high triumphal arch with statues on top. A gateway used to stand here back in Roman times too. Speaking of old times, if you want to see what the city used to look like back then, visit the Merchants Square. The ancient architecture is admirable. On the contrary, this square shows the modern part of Milan. Designed by the Argentinian architect Peli, the square contrasts with the Merchants one. One of the art pieces you are going to encounter is the needle, thread, and knot. Its meaning is tied to the local railways and also the fashion influence the city has. The origins of Basilica of Sant'Ambrogio date back to the 4th century. Its unusual appearance is a typical example of a Lombard Romanesque church. The atrium of this church is huge, and it houses tombs and archaeological items. St. Ambrose himself is buried here, along with the Emperor Louis II. The 15th century Dominican church is listed by UNESCO because it houses the famous mural of the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. Even though most of the church was heavily damaged during World War II, the wall with the painting remains standing. Although getting to see it is not easy, it's definitely worth it. The 16 columns of San Lorenzo belong to the top photo spots. After being moved here from elsewhere, these columns slowly became a meeting place for the locals. One of the more controversial sculptures is the middle finger. Designed by Maurizio Catalan, it symbolizes the scamming of ordinary people by the Italian stock market. Architecture lovers should not miss these residential towers by Boeri Studio that are covered in various types of plants, shrubs, and trees. The verdant monumental cemetery truly lives up to its name. Some of the tombs are as big as small houses, and many prominent people are buried here. End your trip to Milan by walking along the Naviglio Grande, which is a perfect place to have dinner or a few drinks at the end of your day.